So if you're new to any organization, whether it's the military or a civilian job that you have, it's a big challenge to say to the boss, I'm different. I can't do what you do or what everybody else does, or even what this Jewish person over there is doing. I mean, that's actually one of the bigger challenges. Why do you need some accommodation if Joe over there doesn't?
Right.
And those things are difficult. So some of the advantages I had were, one, deeply religious Christians in the United States respect people's observance of religion, even if it's not their own, and willing to accommodate your needs. And there are a lot of people in the military who are deeply religious. If a commander or an NCO takes his own religion seriously and sees that you're doing it, and a younger person who's trying to become more observant, for example, that's treated with respect. So I think that helps. The other thing is, I didn't have the opportunities that many people in the military have today. Well, I'd say a more aggressive chaplains corps than we've seen for a long time. During Vietnam, we had very aggressive Jewish chaplains, and they really intervened on behalf of soldiers when it had to do with Shabbos or food or holidays. And then we went through a period of time where the ranks were depleted in the chaplain corps, and I see it building back up. And there's a network. There's a Jewish Welfare Board, and there's Olive, and they're much more aggressive than Jewish agencies were in the past. So you really have support outside that you can bring in through chaplains, through other resources that were not available when I sort of did it alone. So I think that's one thing people can draw on. I think it's a very positive thing. Now, the price you have to pay for that is you can't ask for an accommodation to be off for Shabbos, and then the next Shabbos, go play video games. It's a difficult choice. Make your decision carefully, because you're going to be an example for other Jews as well as what you ask for yourself. You really carry the flag for other Jewish soldiers. And, by the way, Rabbi, that's true even if we're not talking about religious observance. And this is one of the things that I think makes it easier to become observant, when you realize everything that a Jew does, people ascribe to all Jews.
Any thoughts of something that you think is really important you want to share with service members?
About a year ago, the White House issued an executive order. In the past, a soldier who wanted an accommodation for religious practice, whether it was kashrus or was going to services, whatever it was, would have to ask permission, and it couldn't be granted by the lower level commanders. It had to go all the way up to the Pentagon. That was changed to exactly the opposite. If a soldier, sailor, airman, or Marine, asked for an accommodation, the lowest commander can say yes, unless it interferes with the military mission directly. He has no right to say no. If he thinks it's not a good idea to accommodate this request, it has to be sent up to the highest levels. So there's a bias in favor of religious accommodation. All the service branches adopted it. The Navy was the last one. They went sort of kicking and screaming. They said, what about ships? And the Secretary of Defense said, fall in line. And they did. And it continues as a policy today, hasn't been changed by the current administration. So I think that's the most important message. If you want to venture out a little bit and explore Yiddishkeit, explore who you are, do it.